So now we should be getting online.
Mm-hmm. Take two.
So now if I go to YouTube,
We're live.
okay, good. We are live. I don't know if we're going to get anyone on because everyone's got the wrong link. Some people will figure it out.
Yeah, we can also give a couple minutes. Then, if you want, try to correct the link and send another email. That may be spamming.
I mean, I could do, hold on. Let me check the correct link now.
All right, I have it.
Darn it. I mean, it
Check
would
it
have
out.
worked if we didn't test it.
Right, we just left it on.
That's our fault. Let's see. Ah, Billy made it on. All right, good. So we know that
It's
it is
working.
live, but now people are going to have to do a little work to find it. That's all right. They need to,
Problem solve a little bit.
yeah, they need to problem solve. Well, I guess we'll get started. Welcome back, folks. This is our next episode for our weekly live stream. We got lots to talk about, actually. This is our Memorial Day episode. So tomorrow's Memorial Day. We will be up top, will be closed. I think everyone's aware of that. But there will be some open mats. So if anyone wants to get some training before you go to your celebrate barbecue or whatever you're going to do. Pure has the most famous one. It's from 11 to 1. I'll be at that one. There should be massive amounts of people. Should be good. But last night, I think Tony was asking about an 8 a.m. one at up top. So if anyone's going to look to do it a little bit earlier, you want to train and then do stuff a little bit earlier, that's fine as well. So you can go at 8 a.m. I think will also be Nogi as well. Yeah.
Pure's turnout's usually like plus 100 people, right?
Yeah, pure open mats are massive. Lots of people. Get some good rolls, good times. Let's see. Okay, so news of the week. So Dwayne got choked out.
What?
So on Saturday's class, let me see if we're gonna load up we're gonna
Oh,
load up
God.
this match. This not match. Our first breakdown.
Wow.
So we'll see what you guys think about this, and we'll pose the question: should instructors choke out their students for no reason? Just kidding.
Was this the first movie you showed that day?
Second, because we did
Okay.
a guard pass first. There was one more move after this,
Oh, man.
which I used Dwayne again against his will. So it was actually a small class, only 6 people in class. You barely see anyone on the mat here. So I was actually demonstrating how to do the triangle. So this is actually one of my favorite techniques here, where we threaten them out. Dwayne actually will, um, yep, we step right over because let's actually rewind that a little bit. The idea is that when you threaten them out, Dwayne's hand blocks the knee and then we grab the wrist. So after we grab the wrist, we're just going to look to move our head north so we have room to step, and then we throw the leg around. Now my knee is going to slide all the way over. This is something that I think a lot of people forget about because you're going to want to bring your knee really high so that you have room to get a good figure four. Now my hips are in the air, so it's not that tight yet. So I'm gonna have to sit my weight back to put the choke. And I was waiting for the tap. I was like, all right, Dwayne is making me really do this to him. And then he's wiggling a little bit. His legs are kicking, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should let go. And then if you look at Dwayne's reaction here,
And
he has no idea where he is.
oh,
Everyone's checking on him.
he
And
had
then
some good
Dwayne,
slumber.
there's no audio, but Dwayne is saying, "It's like, no, no, I was fine." And I'm explaining to him that actually I think you got choked out, buddy.
Oh man, where's the womp womp button? We need that
Yeah.
today.
That happens sometimes. I think a few years ago, I was demonstrating another triangle. Triangles are apparently easy to choke out your ukes with on Joe Miola, and accidentally put him out.
So now you have a count going.
So I saying, "Rip Dwayne." Yeah, that's saying Yanni's a bully. Wow, the audience is divided. I think instructors should choke out their students sometimes. What do you guys think? I think that's the proper way. I mean, otherwise, where are you going to get respect from?
Exactly.
Oh man, that was crazy. That doesn't happen too often, but sometimes it's a funny story. Let's see. News of the week. Let's actually.
What else was going on?
We had some belt promotions, so this was fun. You'll never catch me like that. Yeah, Ed taps early when he's the uke. Uke. That's good. The question is, would that happen in CLA when there's no drill? I think is drilling more dangerous in CLA. That's the thing.
Let's pull that too.
I don't know if dangerous situations like that would happen in CLA. People don't get choked out in CLA ever. I don't think.
No, I
That,
barely go for the finish unless it's like a deep threat game.
yeah.
Oh, Billy comes with a deep cut question. Do you want to address this?
Oh my goodness! Here, the origins of up top. Yeah, that's an interesting. Hold on. First, I'm gonna load up my Instagram here. Is it this one? Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Origins of up top. I mean, up top was a is like a high five. Someone says up top, and you give them a high five. And there was a funny sketch I think on Conan O'Brien where he was like he basically had a channel like it was like oh they're going through all these different channels that they have on cable and one of them was like the inappropriate high five channel and someone would come in and be like oh my wife filed for divorce and the other guy'd be like up top. It was a corny joke but I got a kick out of like saying up top before getting high fives so I thought that was funny and then I just made a U and a T one day and I was like wow up top is kind of cool logo. And then years later, when I was trying to think of a name for the gym, I just made a circle around it. I was like, maybe I'll just make the U and T again, like I was thinking about back way back in the way back. But anyway, news.
That's how it came to be.
Yeah, let's play some news music. Boom, 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 boom. News. So Matt Smith got his purple belt. Matt Smith's been training a while. He very consistent. He even has like training in his garage. I think with his brother. He brought I think his brother Rob Smith and some of his friends that he had referred to up top, like Zach Barr and Zach Panzarella. I think they all like sometimes get together and train and stuff like that in his garage. So he puts in a lot of work. He's been competing actually at expert for quite a while now. So yeah, we bumped them up to purple. Let's see what other promotions.
Real fast, you think they're doing CLA and that secret training?
That's a good question. They might. They might
Drill for a
enjoy
little
that too.
bit and then CLA.
They might enjoy that if they value their lives. They'll do CLA, not drilling triangles until someone dies. Um, let's see. So in our future champs, our adorable little 4 to 6 year old group, we had Theo, Celeste, JJ. Celeste is Francisco's daughter, so it was pretty cool to see them level up. They're solid gray belts. I think Theo just did his first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He did really well. Celeste has competed in the past. I think last year, I think she won her division when she competed. JJ hasn't competed yet, but super consistent, really good kid. Let's see if we get the individual pictures. There they are. And then the older kids, we had some promotions too. We had super serious Alex, which is a stark contrast to the way he is in class. He's very silly. But when the picture came, he was like, I'm serious. He came, he's a judo background. He's very tough, very tough. He did really well at the tournament. Had a nasty judo throw into an Americana. And there's little Carter. He got his gray white belt. And then the Seabacks, Liam and Mackenzie, they all got their solid grays. Solid, and Alex solid gray. Carter got his gray white. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, maybe in since Matt is our first promotion, we'll probably do a breakdown of one of Matt's matches. Let's look for a Matt match. Boom. Here we are. So this was, I believe, Naga in Morristown, but a few years ago, I think. It's one of his blue belt divisions here. Let's take a look. Actually, in this division, funny story, there's Rob. Actually, Rob's right here. Same division. Finals was Rob versus Matt. And I believe Matt went right after him and heel hooked him. So let's see what happens in this match here. All right, so Matt's looking for the guard pull. His opponent shot an underhook, and then he pulled, which you have to be careful. They may score that as a takedown. Let's see if the referee scored that. No. I guess the referee saw that as Matt initiating. And now Matt playing his knee shield. This is a way that Matt likes to get to the leg. So the knee shield kind of kicks his opponent's weight back. So when you underhook and pull the leg, it knocks his butt to the mat and makes his foot really light. Let's see where Matt attacks next here. I'm going to assume that he's going to want to like maybe spin, belly down, or pass the leg across to go to 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's going belly down here. And it looks like he's got a good angle for both an ankle lock or a knee bar. Let's see what he goes from here. Oh, the guy's getting up. Right here, now we got extended limbs. You can go to De La Riva if you feel like the leg is not available. You can go to De La Riva, maybe do some Barambolo or some sweeps right here. And he let his opponent back away. So now he's back to his knee shield. He's playing with his overhook. There are ideas of maybe getting this bottom foot that's in the half guard on the hip, and then maybe do like an overhook armbar or triangle, omoplata. Just play your overhook game. Back to framing. I think Matt is famously known for his great frames. He's very hard to get close to. Yep, back to framing. He knows the half guard game really well. His opponent is probably trying to figure out how to get. Yeah, he's trying to go around his legs now because he's not having a lot of success going around forward. So maybe he's thinking going around. Matt's trying to keep him nice and close. So a little collar tie, trying to get him close. Back to close guard, looking for that overhook. Like I said before, we have omoplatas. We got triangle. That's something that we drill a lot on during close guard week. So let's see what Matt's going to look for from his close guard. His opponent's not really trying. See, the problem with his opponent is he should be getting both hands back inside so he can posture and stand. You can't really open a closed guard when your hands are on the mat and his right hand is on the mat. It looks like Matt is setting up the triangle. He's got a good overhook here. He's not letting him put his hand on that. Okay, his opponent was able to posture. He's going to try to do the knee in the middle pass. Guard break. There's a nice little technique here to put the knee in the middle and open up. It looks like he's having trouble. Oh, looks like he's got the knee in the middle. Let's see if Matt reacts to go to De La Riva. Oh, he's going back to his knee shield.
Mm-hmm.
And here's probably going to be a good time to maybe look for that same underhook on the leg.
Yeah, it looks like he's hand fighting for it.
Yeah, I can't see this angle, but his opponent's keeping his leg back. He doesn't want him to tie him up in the legs. It looks like Matt went for it, and he threw his leg across. So that was interesting. That was a nice opportunity he saw. So instead of doing it before where he just kind of pulled his weight onto him, he actually threw his leg across, which you got to watch out. There are leg drags. But if you keep your knee at a certain angle, you should be able to keep the distance. So here he's going to use this leg high on his opponent's back. Maybe he's going to get his opponent's hands to the mat. If you do that, then the leg becomes light and the knee bar is going to be, more viable here. It looks like he swept him with it. And not only knee bar, if he rotates, he can get cross ashi here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it looks like he's turning into cross ashi here. Oh, but it's a straight leg. He's doing the initial attack.
Got it. Yeah, belly down now.
Now he's belly down. His opponent is just basically stuck right here. I don't think he can really defend that. And his opponent tapped. Matt, of course, checking on his opponent. So let's look at the big important details here. Here, it's all about getting his opponent's hands to the mat and sweeping. So the more Matt can tip him towards his hands, he could just take a sweep here, but the leg is still
viable.
Yeah, I think his opponent got a little stiff here, and he probably sensed it. And now, boom, he gets the finish. Yeah, Matt Smith, fellas, boys and girls.
A danger.
Yep. Now he's a purple belt.
I think Raksha was the happiest about the promotion.
100%. Rakshan loves Matt Smith. He loves training with him, and he's been talking about it. He's like, you got to give him his purple belt. He wants to take credit as if I had no idea that Matt deserved his purple belt. Like, I didn't even notice he was in class, actually, until you said it. No, we love having Rakshan on the mats here. He adds a good energy. He usually comes during some of the noon classes, stuff like that. In other news, we had some competitions this weekend. AMA was hosting the J Rome Invitational, which was fun.
3.
Yeah, this is the third one.
Yes, it is.
The JRI 3. I think they're now have more shows than CJI. I think they're overtaking.
Competitor.
Craig Jones, I think, might have been scoping out the event. It was fun. There was like music playing. They had like vendors. There was acai bowls and pizza. They even had like some announcers and stuff like that, chairs. If you ever been to AMA, they have a MMA cage in there. And they did all the matches in the cage, which is kind of fun, almost like watching a UFC fight. We had 2 competitors. We had Kevin Sade. He competed against a guy from AMA. I forget his name. Good match. We'll probably break that one down. We also had John Rondi in the main event, and he faced a friend of his, also a real good wrestler. It was a good match too. So maybe we'll look at some of those matches. Let's actually look at Kevin's. Kevin's was an interesting match. So it was like we said, it was in a cage. Um, it was almost like an MMA fight at this point because of the cage. You had the wall wrestling, and his opponent was like trying to slam him. It was great. All right, let's see if we can load this up. Screen and oh yeah, full screen.
Oh, the tool shout out.
So Kevin actually pulls guard. Funny story here. They had they had a pizza vendor there, and they had a lot of pizzas that were free actually. And there were other guys that are competing, and they're like, "Oh, I can't eat anything now." When you compete, you got nerves. You don't want to get all. Kevin didn't care about the nerves at all. he
Just
he
had some
actually
slices.
he ate at least two slices, and then he was mad when after his match there was no more pizza left.
Oh man,
I think he ate it all.
you should have stashed them.
he should he should have put some. We
Save
should
them for
have
after.
thought more about that and put some in there. So yeah, he was eating, and that's why he was like, maybe I should pull guard. I don't want to exert myself. This guy's actually heavier than him. So anyway, Kevin pulls guard. Actually, I don't think he's pulled guard yet in competition. So this is interesting. I know Kevin likes using the octopus guard to sweep. Oh wait, this is an interesting. Someone saying true story. Kevin's Polish mom actually fed him pierogi before this match. I believe that. I think I saw him with some food that he brought, but he was like he couldn't resist the.
Extra carbs.
He couldn't resist the free pizza. I mean, it's free. All right, so his opponent was kind of going in and out. I don't know exactly what his plan was. Maybe he was going to try to get him in a front headlock if Kevin got frustrated and shot on him. But here Kevin was trying to get to his hand. So what are we looking to do? Sometimes in class I mention this when we're doing seated versus standing drills. The bottom player, you're really looking to get a hold of something, usually the hands. So you either hand fight, arm drag types of situations. You also have ideas of getting ankle picks and grabbing the leg, or you just play on your back and get the person to come in. Standing opponents should be forcing their opponent on their back.
Yeah, he's technically just stalling at this point.
Yeah. I just realized is it Johnson McCarroll. I think that's Carol. I think
Nice.
that was a joke about Kevin's mom, but it might not even be untrue. All right, so this is interesting. Kevin actually allowed the pass to try to make like almost like a wrestling like what do you call it, like a funk style wrestling reversal, and maybe connect it to a. Then he pulls him in the half guard to see if he can get his octopus going. Oh, we got a nice sweep. Nice sweep.
Let's see. Does he stay on top? Yep, there it is.
But he gave up. So why didn't he finish that sweep? Let's take a look at this. This was a good sweep. He forced his opponent on his back. He has an underhook. I would have kept this underhook. So I think what ended up happening is when Kevin decides to get up, he allowed his opponent to grab his leg and
He went over.
get the underhook right back. So now Kevin's like, all right, I'll just see if I can do it again. But good hook sweep, reminiscent of the of Adam Wardzinski, like from the seminar. Sam, were you at the seminar?
I was not. I was camping.
You weren't. Okay, yeah, it looked like it was a packed house.
Yeah, like 30 plus black belts.
Yeah, and like I think a million people were there. I'm not sure.
A million.
It was completely packed.
It was 3 hours, I heard too.
Yeah, very good reviews. Everyone really liked the seminar.
And then I also saw he opened up some Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah,
For
I
those that
guess
are
he's
into
a
that.
Pokemon fan. All right, so Kevin, kind of like the Matt Smith match. where he grabbed the leg and threw it across. But instead of going for the leg lock, Kevin was just looking
Wrestle up.
to wrestle up here. Kevin mentioned that he was a little nervous about going for legs in this tournament. Maybe next tournament he'll let those legs fly. But here he
Nice.
just wanted to wrestle up and possibly get a rear naked choke. This is interesting. Like you can technically go either way. Oh, Kevin kind of used an MMA strategy here. So now we got almost like the Khabib style, where if you can step over and straighten out that leg, you can start climbing his back. I know Kevin is an MMA fan, so I'm sure he watches a lot of those
He was
fights.
probably
Here he's
so happy
climbing
to be
pretty high. Yeah,
he's
kind of
getting there.
using the cage,
Yep.
not allowing.
Hooks in. He can't run anymore.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
picks
here
him up.
comes the crazy.
Oh, the slam.
Now the interesting thing is like the ref
Look
was
at his
like
face. Did
the
you see what
ref.
he did?
What's that?
Did you see the ref's face, his
Yeah,
reaction
the ref was like kind of like I don't think we should be allowing this. Like I don't think they had anything in the rules on
against it? Yeah.
slamming, but the referee was kind of like thrown off. Although Kevin went right to a rear naked, he was
Not phased.
yeah, he wasn't really phased. Here I would love to see Kevin get his opponent lower than him. The problem is the guy's bridging into him and make it a little hard for him to get the. Okay, so he did a good job of defending. People in this corner are like, yeah, slam him again. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
These are the AMA folks over there. There's Hellwig. Hellwig gets very competitive in these events, so
I bet.
Kevin looks like he's trying to grab that leg across again.
I think he was extra competitive because it was home turf.
Oh, of course. Okay, so now he reaches across, kind of like,
Oh, I like him climbing here.
yeah, so he's threatening both sides. So this side trying to threaten the octopus style where you come out the back, but his legs are on the other side chasing him down. Yep, that's a nice octopus hook.
Right into
Here's
the-
Kevin's style of octopus guard. He made up this octopus guard. It's kind of like wrestling style. So in wrestling, when you're defending like takedowns, you can sometimes grab around the hip and between the legs, and you can kind of like get some scrambles. But Kevin has adopted this from bottom to try to get on top with it. Let's see if he's going to be able to knock him over. Yep, knocked him over, even underhooked the leg to keep his opponent down, and he finished on top.
Making Craig Jones proud.
Yeah. Craig Jones will be like, we need him in the CJI, not the JRI.
That's right. Using the cage again.
Yeah. Oh, here goes another.
Oh man.
You could tell that the referee was like, "Hey, I don't think we should be doing slams," but the opponent was like, I want to slam him." That
Oh,
was too much
man.
fun.
Is
All right,
it-
that was round one.
Is it springboarded?
I think so.
Okay. So at least it takes a little impact off.
All right, round two. Kevin rested up, making sure that
No injury from the slam.
he had no injury. So here, this is where the MMA style comes in. He actually was able to push his opponent
Right to it.
to the cage. From here, I think I like using a knee between the legs. Oh, but he just was able to just shoot from there. His opponent's trying to like hold on to the head.
Kevin counters.
Yeah. Kevin's already past the guard, so the choke's not really there. However, Kevin can't really take advantage of this takedown because of the cage is in the way. He would like to be able to circle to the other side. So he's kind of tripoding, making it a little awkward for his opponent to hold on to his head.
Nice crossface.
And his head's out.
Yep.
Here's a little hard to see.
Good angle.
It's kind of hard to get a. Yeah, the interesting thing about filming, you know, a cage match like this is you have to point the camera in between the
The links.
The links, yeah. Here, Kevin's got more octopus style. Looks like more back take.
Where was the
Now,
drone?
now, Kevin did tell me his game plan in his match was to score a rear naked choke. He wanted to, so all the movements in this match were, basically done
Get the
to
back.
try to take the back. So he's got the back. This cage is real. Now the cage is hurting us, right? So
Yep.
sometimes, and this is kind of why I think Craig Jones instituted those ramps so it wouldn't really get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the UFC stole it with the bowl. Just kidding. They came up with it at the
No,
same time.
they took it from some other place. I think in like Thailand or something.
Oh, yeah. They invented it first. It actually, I think Karate Combat was using that idea first. Crotch leg octopus. That's the name. We got a name.
But what does Kevin call it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe it'll be named the pierogi sweep.
There's got to be what is Polish for octopus? All right, he got the hook. He got the hook. A little hard to see what's going on here as far as the hand fighting because they're facing away from us. But I like this position better. His opponent's lower than him, so he has better chances to use his arms. His opponent is not bridging into him. It looks like he's got a full rear naked over the chin a little bit. His opponent had very thick shoulders, so I think
It's
he's
interesting
having
to me, like,
trouble.
Kevin's not trying to straight jacket at all.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him trap some hands.
So he's
Oh,
not really
he's like
trying at
his
all.
opponent's favorite move.
Here we go.
Kevin was ready for it. So, guys, we found out the defense. If the
Dislodge.
guy, by the way, there's a famous match in ADCC open weight. It was Marcelo Garcia versus Rico Rodriguez. Now, Marcelo jumped on his back, and Enrique stood up, walked like 3 steps, and jumped backwards and headbutted Marcelo on the way down. And the
Oh,
whole crowd started booing Rico. He wasn't going to be the more popular guy in this match anyway, but everyone wanted to kill him for that. Well, anyway, the defense here is just to jump to your feet when your opponent's about to do it because you still have the back. That's kind of weird that his opponent went back down to his knees. He should have probably looked to turn and face him.
that's what I was thinking too. Because Turtle hasn't worked for him at all.
Yeah, but I think fatigue is setting in.
Yep.
Here we go. This is where I was calling for Kevin to look to trap arms. He went for it there. Kevin's just looking to just lock and hopefully get an over the face. Anything under the eyeballs? Is that what Nicky Rod says?
That is. Just keep fishing.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they're gonna tap.
No, the other thing is in situations like this, you're trying to wear down an opponent. I'd like body triangles. If you can squeeze, give him a little squeeze. It's not going to make him tap, but
Just extra pressure.
yeah, now their arms are going down a little bit. Maybe their chin comes up when the pressure around the waist is really tight.
He goes up for it again. Oh, he's just
Yep,
staying
he's
up.
got his crotch grip here. He throws him over. He looked for the pin.
We're wrestling now.
Yeah, it's combinations like wrestling and a little berimbolo style. Like if Kevin pulls him onto him, oh, it's going to cross face, look for the back. And I think that's the end of this round. Wow. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Yeah, Kevin was in control of this match. His attack with a combination of the wrestling and the guard play was pretty solid. I think he had good control of the match. Now we're gonna go into the third match. Let's see. Here we go. Kevin has now fully digested all that pizza, so he's not afraid to wrestle.
Extra energy.
Here he's pushing him against the cage again. Yeah, I like putting a knee in the middle if we can. Oh, that was a good shot. His opponent fell to the side, kind of blocking Kevin. Like Kevin would like to be on side control on the other side when you go for a guillotine. The cage kind of
Blocked him.
yeah, kind of blocks that. So Kevin needs to think about maybe pulling him in a way that'll allow him to get there. Couldn't really see how tight the choke was, but it would be a shame to get submitted after dominating the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's
Yep, it looks like his
nothing.
head's out of there.
Yep.
His head's out of there. He's body locking. He's getting over the knee. He's going to look to climb his back again. And his opponent is excited to slam him again. We got the near side hook. Here, I would like to see maybe a power half. If we underhook the far arm, you frame your wrist behind your opponent's neck, you can break him down to a hip. Because I think getting him onto the hip is going to be
Idea there.
yeah, it's going to be key to get
Can't
an
really
actual
get in.
finish.
Yeah. Again,
The other
cage
thing is
being
getting
low.
him flat on his stomach.
Near impossible there with the cage. He's trying to get there. He's got to shimmy to the left a little more.
Yeah, the cage is blocking him.
Yeah, I think a gravity drop probably could have helped.
Yeah, gravity drop, which actually he tries a little bit later on, I think, in this round, um, is helpful when you have like the back and you're on the overhook side. Not really from breaking from turtle. Let's see. Once again, his opponent's holding on to the head. Kevin's trying to circle to the other side to negate the guillotine.
You can
Now
see
he's
the
actually,
fatigue
yeah, he's looking for. Here we go. Now we got him in the center of the cage, and he's got the body triangle.
right where he
This is
wants him.
ideal.
Let's see. Hand
His
fits a little bit.
opponent is really keeping these arms in, making it really tough. As you can see, it's very hard to get to his neck.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kevin hasn't tried for like a back triangle or any type of Kimura distraction.
Yeah, I would have liked to see maybe an armbar triangle situation. Here is where I wanted to put him onto his stomach and then maybe do that gravity drop to get that rear naked.
Yeah, now he's right over the chin.
Oh, I see Morgan's in the chat. Yeah, Morgan had a good match as well. He trains at AMA. Yeah, it was a fun event. It really was. Yeah, so here's where we're going to start thinking about this whole idea of the gravity drop. So he's got the arm around, then he was trying to switch it up. If here's where we can rotate him onto his stomach, but he couldn't really get that full threat of getting him onto his stomach. He kept moving to the other side. If we get him all the way to his stomach, then the person posts on their elbow. You can slide the hand behind the head to get the rear naked. Yeah, I think if we can have this match again, I would like to see Kevin, use more triangles and arm bars.
But overall, though, very dominating. Oh, let's see. Can we get a banana split here? No, he goes right to the back.
Yeah, here you got to be careful. Yeah. When Kevin brings him to the other side, you got to watch your own leg in that knee bar.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a little worried about legs because I think he said he sometimes gets caught in knee bars. So here, I think we're late in the match, but we started to get to an arm triangle. This was a solid attempt. The only problem, of course, is he doesn't have his opponent's back flat, and we're going to need to get a little lower in order to do that.
Yeah, I don't like where his hands are connected either.
Yeah. I think we knew that the time was running out.
He's just trying to hold him. But he takes
Yeah,
it
here's
nicely
where I would have liked an armbar instead because we've tried the rear naked
3
enough
times.
times. And
He has the angle for the armbar there too.
yeah, he
Just
could have went. Let's
closed up.
rewind that a little bit. So once we were here, he turned right here. This is gift wrap, classic technique. We teach this all the time from Mount. You do the gift wrap, you slide up, you can go for the armbar, you can go for the back. Obviously, the safer route is to go to the back, but sometimes you want to take that risk. Get that armbar.
Yeah, he's playing 2-on-1 every time with the choke. If he kills an arm, I think it's way high success rate.
Yeah. Oh, he's going for a big slam.
Let's go right into the cage.
He had to
Kevin's,
return the slam. Had to return the
Kevin's
favor of the
smiling.
slam. Yeah. So it was a fun event. Honestly, the 3 rounds makes the match way tougher. It really does. It's not like a single match. It's like you're doing a whole tournament
It's like a
at
strategy in
once.
itself.
Yeah. Because maybe you won the first, your opponent won the second, and now you got to come back, Or maybe you lost the first and now you have to come back the next 2 rounds. It's not easy to have to beat your opponent 3 times. I do like that idea of, I think we first saw it with CGI 1, and now we see it with the UFC BJJ, Let's see if we can,
Definitely, he needed that third slice.
what's that?
Ryan put in the chat, if he had a third slice of pizza, he would have gotten the finish.
Yeah, the third slice. Yeah, I think he needed, he was too light. That was the problem. He needed more, he needed more gravity than he would have. All right, next time we're gonna scout that pizza, grab a whole box, and move it to the warm up there.
Write Kevin's name on it.
I do not recommend eating pizza before a matchup. Of all things, it's like maybe have like a banana or something like that. Or pizza's gonna make you want to throw up, but
Maybe a little honey. I see some pasta sometimes.
yeah.
Maybe
Oh man.
a little bit of carbs.
Let's see. If he had
Who
that
else?
third slide. So I guess we'll watch a little bit of John's match. I don't want to watch another 3 rounds. I think we'll just put up the third round. That's so John lost his match, but it was a great match. It really did come down to wrestling in this match. John's got decent wrestling. His opponent, I don't know what his what level of wrestling he wrestled at, but he was a very good wrestler, I could tell. So let's watch this third round. Oh wait. Is this Oh no, this is not the third round. Hold on. This is the third round. So his opponent has a real solid stance here. As you see, his hips are really far away, and he's always getting that collar tie. It's kind of tough to deal with this because you need to beat that collar tie. You need to use like maybe throw bys or get your hands on the inside. John is choosing to play with an overwrap.
Real fast for summary. Are we like, how are the rounds at this point? Is it 1-1?
Yeah, at this point,
slow?
the rounds are pretty even,
Okay.
honestly. It's a lot of wrestling. I would say that maybe his opponent was like slightly ahead on the judges' cards, but it would have been very tough to score, honestly. They were pretty close, mostly on the feet. I don't think I saw really any groundwork. And John got this a few times. I like this underhook he used. With the underhook, we can look for the knee pick on the far side but John needs a little bit better position with his head to do something like this. His opponent is actually using the C grip on the bicep, kind of making it hard for John to get close to him. I would have liked to see John maybe circle his hand inside, just fight for that control. But now his opponent is starting to limp out of this underhook. So now he's got a collar, tricep tie. John went for a shot. His opponent went for the front head. John backed out of it pretty well. And now John pushed him into the cage. So this is where his head gets stuck. Let's rewind it a little bit. I do like that John was being more aggressive. At this point, John knew that he needed he needed to push the pace. I don't think he needed to shoot in this situation. He could have just backed him to the with an underhook, backed him to the cage, and probably would have gotten his head in a better position. But because of this, his opponent has a strong angle. You see, it's got a strong angle on the other
It's
side.
a guillotine, yeah.
But here, I thought John was really strong here. Here, I would actually prefer to see him circle him, keeping that knee in the middle and circle him down to the mat. Then hopefully get your head on top, so it's not you don't want on the bottom in the guillotine. He lifts him. Um,
Slam time.
yeah, it's slam time now. Obviously, if you slam, you're gonna be slamming your own head onto the mat, so that's probably part of the reason. Um, I would have liked to see if he can his head slip, but it looks like it is under the chin, so it's kind of a rough situation here.
He went for
John
it though.
John was like, yeah, yeah. He I think he tried to pull out of that, right? So
Yep.
he lifted him. He tried to like yank his head free, but he just his only other chance there would have been to like maybe do like a jumping forward roll or something like that, give up top position, at least create a scramble. But a lot
He
of
looked
times when you
alive.
shoot in on someone, you guys already fought for 10 minutes. You're in the third round. It's kind of hard to like,
Get gassed.
yeah, getting caught in that guillotine was tough. Sometimes you also get that in your head that like if the first two rounds were super close, this one if he definitely got a sub attempt, he's gonna win anyway. So sometimes you start like um, getting a little frustrated that way. All right. Now let me see. Did we watch the UFC BJJ, Sam? What'd you think about that?
I did. The first match was a blunder, and I thought that was going to set the pace for the event. But then after, I think there was a submission every round or every match.
Yeah, I don't think I watched
It
that
was.
first match.
You're lucky. It was a match draw, which
Yeah.
I think is the first time for UFC BJJ.
So I loaded up their Instagram page here, but I did watch when I watched it. The entire event had already went, so I was able to just like fast forward. So for the most part, I did watch. I really like this guy. I think his name was like Jed Thompson or something like that.
Yep.
He had really good passing. He would do this tripod um, body lock style pass where he would shin slice over the guy's thighs, and he did it in a fast manner. I don't know how old he is. I think he's fairly young.
He's
He's a
19.
wrestler. He's like 19.
Yeah, it moves like butter. He was on PGF the last 2 years. He won last year actually,
Wow.
and this year he lost in the finals to I think a 10th Planet guy.
Yeah, he had great dexterity in his legs. His opponent was crazy flexible. Was just like
Yeah, Derek Rosberg.
grabbing his foot from underneath mount and throwing it across to try to.
Yeah, to get into like a close guard situation from bottom mount. He also was on PGF, and they faced throughout the season. I think that was their fifth time, and Jet took the lead. I think it's like 2-1 and
Mm.
one, or 2-1 and two.
Yeah, there were some good finishes. There was. Let's see. Actually, we're on the page. We could probably see a lot
Keith,
of. Actually,
Keith and Brandon Elmore was a good one.
here's Jet Thompson right here.
Yeah, I think he finished with Naoki.
Yeah,
He's
that was a good win because his opponent
he has
had a
crazy
really solid
submissions.
like 10th planet style game. You could say, yep, looks like it's probably either an Aoki or a straight ankle lock.
And then Landon Elmore, the Kingsway kid, faced
Yep,
off with Keith Gregorian.
yep. I thought that was a pretty good match. I think Keith basically showed him why he's, you know, why he's won so many titles in the past.
Yeah,
He's got a real solid game. He was able to pass him. Landon is very dangerous, but he's also very young and he kind of relies on his ability to submit people.
It's leg lock game.
But yeah, sometimes you can't always leg lock everyone.
Yeah, that was after Keith lost to him. I think it was at EBI last year.
Hmm.
So he was ready.
Yeah, that was fun. Also, I hear Dana White was uh, announcing the UFC BJJ tournament. So it's going to be like a feeder, like these opens, kind of like an IBJJF Open, where they'll have like all age brackets, experience levels, so they'll beginners and stuff like that as well. But if you're winning these expert divisions, that'll be the way they're going to find the next talent for the pros here on the stage. Now, they do the same rules of what we just watched and as JRI does with the 3 5-minute rounds, just like an MMA fight. However, the question is, I don't think they're going to do that for a tournament with thousands of people competing. So probably they're going to just do regular points. I'm guessing. I don't know how they're going to run that. Something to that I'm looking forward to see. What kind of rule set they're going to do. Should be good. Should be good. Also gives us more.
Let me see. I'm checking the rules. Nothing on time yet. I have points. They're definitely doing points. It looks like. Time limit: youth is 4 minutes, masters 5, blue to brown 6, black belt 6 minutes.
6 minutes. That's good. Kind of like a like Naga expert division. They do 6 minutes. So the next UFC BJJ, and we got the main event. Our friend Devontae Johnson. He's
Let's
Bones
go
BJJ,
Bones.
but Bones has been coming visiting up top since he was a blue belt. A
Uh,
long time.
since I was a kid,
Oh, you remember those days?
of
Yeah,
course.
he used to visit. I remember when he was a blue belt, he would sometimes come and visit, and to get the most out of his training, he would like in between the 1 minute in between rounds, he would be doing like forward rolls or
Conditioning.
burpees or whatever he had to do in order to make himself more tired so that it'd be tougher rolls. And he's facing Mason Fowler. Mason Fowler, student of Kyotera. He had a very dominant win last time. Very physical guy. But Bones is definitely going to be bigger than him. So it's gonna definitely going to come down to technique in this one. He won't be able to. And Mason Fowler, very technical opponent, so it should be a great match. And then let's look at other. It looks like Nicky Rod is facing
It's a great card.
someone. Gilbert Burns, Dorino, excellent.
We got a
Bella
Rafa
Mir, I think that's Frank Mir's
daughter.
daughter. I know she fights MMA. Fionn, Amanda Bruce, that's a great match. I think Fion's the favorite, but Amanda Bruce is very tough. Achilles Rocha is um,
Is it Wagner?
Wagner's son, young,
I said it
tough.
right.
And I don't really recognize.
Rafael Ferreira. He's a, I think, 18-year-old kid, maybe 17.
Yeah.
Also PGF stud.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think Amanda Mazza trains close to us. I don't know if it's South Jersey or Philly,
Oh, nice, nice.
but I know she's always on like the CFFC Fury
It
cards.
looks like there's good number of female matches. Out of
Yeah.
like the 8 matches or so, it looks like at least 3 of them are females. Good to see that UFC is pushing, female BJJ. We just had our female open mat last week, which was real popular. It's great to see, and our kids classes full of girls. So the future is definitely bright. I think we're gonna
It's booming.
the level is getting up there too, because these girls that are competing in these UFC events are
Super technical.
yeah, but super physical. Not what you expect sometimes. Like I think in this match over here, she's very very physical, but her opponent hit a standing seonagi.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, send her flying in the first minute of the match. So it's like,
I forget who I was talking to, but we were saying how the ladies' matches are always more intense because it feels like they have something to prove,
yeah,
and they
well,
always put on a better show because the guys are just trying to stall and you know just get out of there.
well, they're used to being like overwhelmed physically on the mat. So when strength and size isn't an issue in competition, they get to really let loose. Some people really shine when they're given that opportunity. All right,
One last question to address: thoughts on Mikey competing with staff?
Ed's back. Nice. Oh, good, good. We're still live technically. Yeah, we're about to shut it down in about a minute or so. But what was the question that Sam was asking?
Thoughts on Mikey competing with staff? Do you know about that?
Oh well, I don't know much about it but I'm gonna assume that there had to have been a doctor that cleared him.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
he
You
made a
know.
post saying that too. That the UFC was involved the whole time, and
Yeah. So if
everything
a doctor
exposed to that
cleared him,
point.
that's fine. I feel like Mikey has to give some sort of excuse for every time, like poor me. But no, I think I'm gonna assume if the doctor cleared him, that means he's not contagious. If you're, if it's fresh staph, you shouldn't be competing. Why are you gonna spread that? We saw we saw what happened with um my name's drawing a blank, the wrestler, MMA fighter that was in the hospital for a long time. It came from a staph
Oh,
infection.
Ben something, right?
Yeah, Ben Askren.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, got to get that taken care of. I know that after a few days, you're clear to
train
go
again,
back because the infection
contained.
is contained. Yeah, Bellamir's an NCAA champion. Wow, and competing Final X in a couple weeks too. So she's bringing
Heat
high level wrestling, which we haven't really seen yet in any of these
events. Yeah.
UFC BJJ events, and and of course she's been, her father's a UFC champion, so she's been in jujitsu and MMA, her whole life. So that's a look we don't see. NCAA champion female, you know, that's pretty cool to see. Well, I think this was fun. Oh, also our Friday class.
Yes, almost forgot
Friday
about it.
class was
Just
amazing. We had 18
booming.
people. I think everyone really liked the no gi on Fridays. A little bit more lax since it's a fundamentals class, so shorter rounds. End of the week. I'm really excited because our Fridays were a little bit small for a while. We didn't know if anyone would show up some weeks, so I think hopefully now we're gonna have a good crew. I'm glad I saw Ryan Alvarez in the chat. He showed up that day, and it was so good to see. He hasn't been on the mat probably in a year and a half or something like that, maybe 2 years.
Let's keep the trend going.
Yeah. So Monday we're closed. Open mats if you guys want to train, and then regular classes for the rest of the week. All right. I'm not sure what's on the agenda next week, but next week in class we'll be. What are we doing? We're doing reverse Delahiva
Woo!
in our advanced classes, and our fundamentals classes we're just doing closed guard. Yeah, reverse Delahiva, very good guard, important one to have.
I camp there way too often. Maybe we'll
Nice.
talk about it next week.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. See you this Friday, Ryan. He commented that. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
all right. 4.